In this video, I have this nice simple page here with an image there, which is sitting in the same directory as my index.html file. And I'm going to show you how to size and format this image using your CSS. So I'm going to go over to my text editor and have a look at my CSS file. You might need to have opened this in FileZilla. Now, I'm just going to say all IMGs, so everything that is created by the IMG tag is going to be bound by this rule. So I'm going to say width, full colon, and I'm going to say 100 pixels. Then I save that, check in with FileZilla, of course. Go over here and check in with my style sheet, just make sure that that's got the latest information. There it is. And then I go back to the page and you'll notice that this dog is only 100 pixels wide. Now, that's probably a bit too small, but it's okay to make multiple changes to our code. So when I go back to my CSS, I'm going to say rather than 100 pixels, what I'm going to say is I want it to be 20%, and that will be 20% of the space that it's sitting in. Now, at this point, that's the whole page. So I save. Again, have a chat with FileZilla, make sure that my CSS is up to date. There we go, 20%, and view it, and now it's 20% of the size. So if I make the window smaller, you'll see that the dog gets smaller. It's 20%. So let's add another couple of things before we finish up here. So I do want it to be 20%, but what I also want to use is this trick called border radius. Border radius basically knocks a little bit off the corners. So I'm going to say 10% is going to be knocked off the corners. So again, I do the normal things. I save it, I agree to FileZilla, I go and check that my CSS is up to date, and it is, or it is now, and then I refresh it, and you'll see that I have those nice little corners on there, the sort of things you often see on Apple products, but it's fairly common, that's in sort of this day and age, to have that sort of styling. And the last thing I'm going to show you is how to move it out from the side a bit. So we have it having its width, we have its radius, and what we're going to do is we're going to set its margin to the left, and I'm actually going to have that as 10% of the page. So again, this will vary depending on how wide the page is. So I save, I let it update. Just to be sure, I'm going to refresh my CSS, because the browser doesn't do a particularly good job of that when you're doing multiple edits in a day. And now when I refresh, you will see that I'm in fact out from the side.